Okay, question 1.3, we have three systems. These systems are described by the relationship between their input and output, and we want to see if these systems are time invariant or not. So what is a time invariant system? Consider a system like this. If input is xt and output is yt, the system is called time invariant. If I shift the input and give x of t minus tau at time t to the system, then we see the shifted output. Okay, we see the shift at the output. Then we call this a time invariant system. Let's check this for the first given system. Well, first of all, assume input to the system xt, the input to the system at time t is x1 of t. Okay, assume that this is the input at time t to the system, then the output would be based on what we have here, based on the relationship here, the output would be x1 of minus t, okay, for input x1t. Now assume at the same time t, the input this time is shifted in time x1 t minus tau. I give this to the system, and the output at this time would be x1 of minus t minus tau, which is x1 of minus t plus tau. This is the output, and these two, I mean this one here and this one here, together describe the system and show the system's behavior. If the system is time invariant, let me write it here, if the system is time invariant, then we expect that for a shift in the input, we saw the same shift at the output. Okay, and that means x of minus t should be shifted by minus tau. That's what we expect from a time invariant system. Okay, if we shift the input, then we should shift the output by the same tau. Okay, so if you consider these two, I mean the one here, which is the time shifted output, and the one here that we got from the relationship between input and output here by shifting the input by tau, you see that these two are not equal, and we can conclude that this system is time invariant. So we can conclude, sorry, that system is time varying. The system is time varying. Let's check that for the system here. Again, you first assume the input to the system xt, or the input at time t, is x1 of t, and this gives the output yt equals x1 of at. If I shift the input by tau over time, then the input at time t would be x of t minus tau. I give a shifted input to the system at the same time, and that makes the output yt, the output of the system at the time t, would be x of a times, so we would have t minus tau here, which is x of at minus a tau. Okay, Again, if the system is time invariant, what we can conclude, then we would have, if the system is time invariant, then we expect for input x of t minus tau, we see the same time shift at the output t minus tau. Okay, so we said that for input xt, output is x of at. If I shift this, and in a time invariant system we would have the same shift here. Okay, and if you compare these two, the one here and this one here, you see that these two doesn't match, and that means this system is not time invariant because its behavior is not it does not match with what we expect from a time invariant system. So system is time varying. And let's check the last one here again. I assume that if the input at time t is x1t, then the output at time t would be t times input. Okay, that's the sorry, this is x1. Okay, if I change the input at time t by shifting x1 and give x1 of t minus tau to the system, then yt would be t times x1 of t minus tau minus 2. Okay, this is obvious because yt is t times input. So this time input is x1 t minus tau, so yt becomes t times x1 t minus tau minus 2. All right, if the system is, so let's say if the system is time invariant, we expect that, for example, if the input is t minus tau, or let me write it in a different way. If input is x of t, we know output would be y of t. If we do a time shift in the input, we expect to see the same time shift at the output, and this equals t minus tau times x. So let's say this is x1 of t minus tau minus 2. Okay, and if you compare these two, you see that these two, this one and this one, does not match. They're not equal. So I can conclude that the system is not time invariant, or the system is time varying.